Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Beast Alliance, which is from the Rise of the Beasts movie. This is the twin pack of Optimus Primal and Arrowstripe, and I've got to be completely honest, I don't really know much about these, so this is going to be just as interesting for me as it is for you guys. We're going to take them out of the box, we're going to have a quick look at them in both of their modes, and we're going to see how he can be used, obviously what looks like to be an updated version of a Target Master. At the same time as doing that, we can have a look how he looks and displays with some other figures from Rise of the Beasts, both in the main line and indeed in the Studio Series line, as well as having a quick look at him compared with some other movie bots as well. So we've still got quite a lot to get through, and as I've said, this should be fun because I'm going to be learning just as much as you guys as we open him up. So I found this in Smith's and it looked the most intriguing to me, to be honest, so that's why I thought this is the one I'm going to buy. So what we need to do then is we're going to get a knife and we're going to cut it open. Here we go then. So I don't even think I'm going to open up the packaging. I think I'm just going to cut him straight out, although however there must be some instructions. So I'm going to open the box at the sides by the looks of it. Yeah, this looks the best way to open it, and as I've said, I've only seen images of these, to be honest, and I've seen the Japanese advert for them that I've got on this channel. Yes, there are some instructions there, and yeah, these are tie wrapped in. So what I'm going to do, I think, in fact no, I'll have a go now. You'll have to excuse the noise if it makes some popping sounds. Kids, if you're watching this, ask an adult to cut this out for you, or use a pair of scissors. Don't use a Stanley knife like what I'm doing. It's just that that's all I've got to hand. Right, so it looks like he's held in pretty much by every single limb. Thank you ever so much to Retro Action UK for pointing out to me a glaring thing that I missed on the Air Razor review. So in the background of this box, look, we can see the NASCAR lines. So if I cut Optimus Primal out of here, we can have a better and more detailed look at that. Obviously be nice and careful not to damage the figure, but as I said, if I'd used a pair of scissors it probably would have been much simpler. Let's have a quick look at that. So we've got an Autobot emblem, Maximals as well, in with the rest of the NASCAR lines, Decepticon there as well. Optimus Primal image of him there from the movie, which looks great, and indeed a more zoomed in on that particular side. I can't see anything else of note on here at the moment. If there's anything else, I'll have a look in a second. And we can see that he's going to take 7 steps and 5 steps. So let's do some first impressions. Now obviously this is a pretty basic toy, however I think he still looks really good. There's loads of detail there on the head sculpt. We've even got, of course, the nice blue eyes. There's loads of, I suppose, mechanical parts detail on this, you know, for what I would class as a basic and, you know, quite a cheap figure. I think this was about £14 for the two. You've got, you know, moulding details there on the arms and the forearms. You've got ball and socket joints at the shoulders. There's no articulation on that head. There may be one on the alternate mode, which we can look in a second. There is, I suppose it's the equivalent of a shoulder swivel, but it's more at the bicep with a flexion. Obviously no wrist swivel. There's no waist either, or is there? No, there's just huge ball and sockets in the hips, which is good. There's a knee bend, and there's no ankle tilt or rock either, but again, for a rather cheaper version of one of these figures, it's not too bad. With regards to Arrowstripe himself, again, I haven't got any information on this guy. I'm sorry. I'm going to have a quick look in between the interval on this to see if I can find out more about him. We don't even know if he's going to be in the movie. I presume he might be, even though there's still quite a bit of detail here. You can see there, these remind me of like endoskeletons under the skin. Get like either Transmetal Transformers or Terminator. If you're an adult and you've seen that film. There's no articulation on the back legs. There is on the front legs. It looks like it's going to separate, but I'm going to have a look at that in a little bit more detail in a second. In fact, that looks pretty much it. Right, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I do this properly. The first impressions are exactly that. They do look good. So let's come back and have a look at him in his alternate mode. Okay, so I've got him in his alternate mode, and I am going to show the transformation process on this video because it is really quite basic. Sometimes I don't do it because it can take up too long on the video, and I've had a quick look as well with regarding to arrowstripe, and unfortunately it appears that the reason why I know nothing about him is because there is no information on him on the internet at all. So what I do really like about this, I'm pretty sure that this is the alternate mode. It looks how they've got it, to be honest. It's quite clever with the folded over knees, etc. I am going to show you the transformation, as I say, but what I really like about this is all of the 5mm ports. So you've got them in his forearms, you've got them on his back, and I know this is a crossbow, but I'm just going to pop this here just to sort of show you exactly what I mean. So if you wanted to, you could pop that up there. It looks like a bit more of them beast combiners, which is the other toy line. I've got air razors blades here, so if we wanted to, we could pop them into his hands, and this is where the big kid in me comes out, to be fair, because what I like to do is just get everything and attach it and see what we can do. We've even got ports in the sides of the calves as well, so let me just see what else is at hand. They're not going to match color wise, obviously, but I've got some shrapnels from the deluxe figures weapons. You could pop these in the side of his legs. Now I imagine these would be incredibly good to start attaching things like the fossilizers and stuff to it. I think they'd go really well. In fact, I could even take one of Cheetor's spears and pop that in his hand as well. So again, for playability, and let's be honest, that's exactly what these are going to be aimed at. I can't see many collectors buying these and sticking them on the shelves. You never know, I might be wrong. Please, of course, do let me know in the comments if that's what you're going to be intending to do. But yeah, they're fun, and that's, I think, what the gimmick that they're aiming at. As I say, unfortunately, no information on this. I think it's a fellow, I'm not too sure, on this creature, shall we say, at all. Right, so with regards to the alternate mode, we've again got a lovely detail on the front there of his face, loads of molding detail, coloured in eyes there. Again, the chest looks really good. I haven't got a bad word to say about this. In fact, I'm pleasantly surprised with how good it is. I mean, we can be picky and say there's holes and stuff on the back of his forearms, but exactly that, you know, for what you get, it's pretty good. So if we wanted to take him back into robot mode, it's just a simple case of straightening the legs right out. Let me just double check that. Yeah, as I say, for when it's in gorilla mold, these are just folded back. This is very similar to, of course, Optimus Primal's Voyager class figure, so the legs are bent over. So to go back to Optimus the robot mode, shall we say, extend the legs down like so. Very simple. It is only 7 steps, so that's classed as 2. Spin the feet around, again very much similar to the Voyager class figure. So again, spin the feet around, that's 2 more. Lift the shoulder pads up like so. You can hear there on tiny little rat, well, clicking, you can hear them do that, which is good. And then this is, I suppose, the clever part. Grab by this tab, hold the top, bring that out, rotate it around, and tuck him back in there like so. There we go. So again, we can attach, in fact, we'll keep arrowstripe in crossbow mode for this, to be honest, and I'm going to pop him in there like so. Doesn't look too bad, although I say it doesn't look too bad, it does look like literally like a white, it doesn't look like a tiger to me. It looks like I don't know, some canine that's been split in two, let's be honest, but it works, and that is the gimmick for it. Let me take poor old arrowstripe out, and let's put him back into his fully animal mode, so beast mode. Let's fold the head forward, let's take the torso and in fact the whole body, bring the legs down like so, and then this will tab together over this like so, and then you can lift the tail however you want to. The front legs you can move, as I say. There they are together. Right, let's have a quick look at him then compared with some other figures. So there is a core class Grimlock, so he's bigger than that. There is a deluxe Kingdom Air Razor, who still just happens to be here because I did the review on this version of her the other day. And again, in fact, let's do that. Let's go with some Rise of the Beast figures. So obviously huge differences in price point and indeed in detail with these, but they look good. They really do. And here's this guy who is easily the most fiddly figure I think I've ever seen or dealt with completely. So, you know, way bigger than a core class figure, just a fraction off the deluxe. It is a sort of deluxe size height, but of course very basic. It reminds me of like one of the authentics or the alpha figures, which they sometimes use. With regards to some other Studio Series figures, he's easily as big. In fact, he's bigger than Bumblebee movie Studio Series Bumblebee, which is interesting. And if you perhaps collect Generation 1 like myself, he's bigger. He's smaller than a G1 Hot Rod, only just. And then for those of you who collect Legends scale figures, there is a New Age take on Megatron, Agamemnon, and indeed I've got a Magic Square Trailbreaker here as well, just to give you a full idea of the size. But there we go. Do you know what? There's not much more to say about this guy, apart from, as I said, I was pleasantly surprised with him. And I'm going to be keeping him in that robot mode. So I'm just going to take these away from here, because that's quite a nice... Oh, one missed out. That's quite a nice little Rise of the Beast figure collection, starting to grow already. Cheetor's blocked Battle Trap off, but there you go. That is my Rise of the Beast collection so far, and of course reviews for all of these are on this channel if you're new to it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite, or if you're going to be getting these as well, and of course take care.